right now. Is that okay? Okay. And then,
Everybody on the ground!
Oh, no. You! We need everything from the ball in the bag.
What was that?
I'm sorry, I'm not calling the police, I swear.
Slide it over now or we kill you!
I want to, but I can't. Because it's...
What is it?
It's time to be real.
Okay, so that's an SNL skit about the social media app. It's a relatively new one called Be Real. It allows users 2 minutes a day to post photos of what they're doing in real time. And it's kind of part of a big shift in social media. Writer and media consultant Mohit Rajan joins us now with more. So that's kind of a spoof of what Be Real can do. But Be Real is, was it designed to kind of get away of all the gloss and maybe the kind of over-ideation of what our lives are like on Instagram?
Annette, that's 100% what the idea and the theory was. But let's not forget, in many situations, they've had social media companies start with the idea of good intentions. So Be Real is definitely started with this idea that the realest version of you and the realest version of me can only be captured at one moment in our day. And it doesn't matter. They'll send you the trigger to pull it. But I think you and I are both coming to the conclusion that, is this really just about this one app, Be Real? Or is it about the fact that different generations are actually wanting different things from social media these days?
So who is Be Real targeted at? Is it targeted at younger users, or is it targeted at us? Like, I am sick to death of seeing, like, I see a post and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's not what really, what you're looking at, or that's not a true representation of what your day looks like.
Yeah, and then I think you're 100% right with this one too. I think getting to 20 million users for any app is unheard of. And this app is really capturing that imagination, this idea that if you can be the realest version of yourself, people will connect with you more. People will feel like they've actually got a bond with you. But let's be honest, social media definitely starts and traps us in that sort of place where we feel like we have a voice. We have a little bit more of a say. We want to connect with family. And then we get trapped in this idea of being hooked and where all of our profile and our digital footprint is on there. So I think Be Real is capturing a new generation of social media users, but I don't necessarily think that this is the only way to alleviate some of the problems.
Okay, so what are your solutions then? Because you host I want to get it out here that you host the podcast, The Future of the Internet.
Yes, I do. And I also, I'm a writer as well, and I cover a lot of these topics. And I think that the real value here in that is that for all of us to stop and consider, what are we using our social media for anymore? Seniors are starting to use social media now to stay connected with families. Gen Z is starting to use social media now just to chat. So there's this middle ground now that we have to start to pay a little bit more attention to, understand that privacy is still a big factor in how new generations are doing this. And I think that's where parents have to step up to the plate a little bit and not let all of our kids understand social media by just learning it themselves. We're in a situation now where 95% of Canadians still use at least one social media app. And Annette, I was watching some of your story recently about how you were sick and you're back to work, and I'm really happy to hear that.
Yeah.
But I think you were sharing so much of what your real experience is, that's what I think people are going to start to connect with more moving forward.
And I mean, I kind of had to. Normally, I wouldn't have shared that info, but because it affected my work, and people are going to be wondering, or might have wondered last week, like, where is she? She was on vacation. She's supposed to be back. What's happened? So that's why I put that out there as kind of a, stop the speculation as to what's happened to me.
And rightfully so, you have a connection with your audience, and that's great the way that you're able to use it. Now we can't take for granted that Gen Z understands the way that we are able to communicate in real time. Take, for example, Gen Z right now, they're using TikTok, they're using Discord, they're using things to search that they don't even use Google anymore when it comes down to trying to find answers for certain things.
Yes.
So you'll start to realize that anything from Discord to TikTok, it's all coming down to the idea that generations are starting to understand that privacy is cool again. And your whole world doesn't have to be out there while you're living out loud. And I think that's what the conversation is really moving towards.
Okay, Mohit, we could talk for hours. We got to get you back on the show again because, you're a wealth of social media information. The good information is what we should be doing. So, again, your podcast is The Future of the Internet, and we'll chat with you soon. We'll get all your socials up on our website, chch.com.
Thank you, Annette. Have a great one.